dude, I am now cursed forever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you were there. It was
I'm playing into the bit.
You're playing into the bit.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. So we got Panda Express for dinner, dear viewer.
Yes.
And my fortune cookie did not have a fortune on it.
It was just a cookie.
It was just a cookie.
That's awful.
It is terrible. I am going to die in a car crash tonight. I even angrily filled out a customer review survey thing. Probably not to like go full Karen, but mainly to just kind of like tell them that this is not what I expected from my authentic Chinese American cuisine.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fortune cookie.
I know.
Just get the fortune. That's the whole point.
And Panda Express, you curse me forever.
It feels like going to Raising Cane's and not getting the sauce. It's just like the whole experience is ruined.
Yeah.
That's not what you go there for.
Listen, I just wanted to shovel some double orange sherry with fried rice down my throat, and I was expecting to get a fortune cookie that says, like, my lotto numbers and, like, today will be a good day. And I didn't even get any of that. I just got, like, a terrible cookie. The cookie isn't even good. You eat the cookie to get the fortune.
Yeah, it's just like communion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Jesus wafer.
Yeah, you just eat it so you get good fortune for the week.
Mm-hmm. The actual body of Christ.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to another episode of the CleoCast. My name is Matt.
And I am RC.
And we did listen to one fabulous viewer who said that no one can hear RC in the past 2 episodes. So hopefully that's been remedied because we did some little audio mixing before this show.
My question to you, dear viewer, is why would you want to hear me?
Yeah. Well, they wanted to hear you because it sounded like I was having a one-way conversation, and apparently it seemed like I was crazy. So, and like...
See, but I like that aspect of our podcast where it's just kind of Matt Crazy Hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, speaking of crazy, since I've been off Twitter, you've been kind of filming on recent Twitter drama, including a Mr. Stephen Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for context, State of Union was last night. I mean, it happens like it normally does, where like they have like applause lines and everybody applauds. And, well, specifically one half, either way, depending on who the president is, applauds. And that's just how they work nowadays. It's all like pantomime theater.
Mm-hmm.
But Stephen Miller's talking like a freaking like Victorian. I don't know. He's speaking like Moriarty or something, you know? It's just like, dude does not know how to talk normally. And especially on Twitter, where he's just like, you know, it should chill every American to their bone seeing, you know, like, it's just like, dude, just talk like a freaking normal person. Like, don't talk like a freaking, like, vampire, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's what I would expect from a man who's been on his weird, like, conservative project since he was, like, in high school.
That video of him when he was like 17 where he's like, am I the only one that thinks it's ridiculous that we have to pick up our own garbage? We employ janitors for a reason. And it's just like,
what?
Wow. And he's fucking balding at age like 17. It's just like,
I mean, why would you janitors? You think janitors, you can like, what do you think, you're above them? Like janitors are beneath you?
I guess so. I mean, some people just don't have any respect for service workers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't see them as like providing a valuable, useful skill and service that like society would break down without. They just see it as like servants or something.
But like, I don't know. Like I think like trying to not do as much littering as like, not usual, because I don't really litter at all, but it's just like I'm not throwing my garbage on the ground everywhere I go. I'm like I am cleaning up after myself, because I think that's like a pretty basic thing we're taught from a young age, is you just kind of like, you know, if you create garbage, you put it in the garbage can.
I mean, we invented a whole slur for it and everything.
Yeah.
Litter bug. It reminds me of that. I never watched Mad Men, but I have seen the clip of them going out for like a picnic.
Oh, the picnic scene.
They just pick up the, you know, picnic blanket and just dump it on the ground and drive off.
Yeah.
It's like, the 50s.
Yeah, that was right after Don bought himself a new Cadillac and then cheated on his wife 15 billion times.
Gotta love Don Draper. That's a real American hero right there.
Have you even watched Mad Men?
I just said 20 seconds ago. I've never watched the show.
See, that seems out of character for you. You're usually like watching all of the prestige TV shows.
I mean, I've seen The Sopranos. I've seen 3 seasons of Game of Thrones. I've seen Andor. I watched all of Breaking Bad. That was good. Better
Call Saul.
I watched, I think, 2 seasons, and then I think I moved, and I just kind of stopped watching it because I was in the middle of moving, and I never really picked it back. I've been meaning to pick that one back up.
Yeah.
I think it went off Netflix, and I don't know where it is now.
I don't know. You're capable of finding those things.
I'm a big boy. I am.
Yeah.
I've been trying to watch Deep Space Nine.
What's that?
Star Trek?
Oh.
My God.
What?
You don't know about... okay, you know about Next Gen.
Yeah, I think so.
You really don't know Star Trek, do you?
Is that the one with Patrick Stewart?
Next Gen is, yes.
Next Gen. Oh, is Deep Space Nine the one you were telling me about where it's like, what if the Federation had to fight for real?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a space station, though. It's not like a starship where they're going from place to place. They're like in one spot for most of the show. So it's kind of like what would happen. It's a very interesting show. I mean, I fear to say more because I don't want to like spoil it for you because I think you'd like it. It's a pretty good show.
Maybe. I just remember there was my sister had emergency surgery years ago, and the ER had a random episode of Star Trek on. I don't know what like type of Star Trek it was, but I just remember like kind of like zoning out while they were like giving my sister pain meds and being like, huh, this is weird.
Yeah, I mean,
like it
can be.
It was just like weird guys who looked like they were like yanked off a street in the 1970s, put into blue polos, just kind of running around like what looked like the same hill over and over again.
Yeah, I mean that could be any number of episodes. That doesn't really narrow it down at all.
Was Leonardo da Vinci like a prop back in any of them?
I mean, yeah, there's some episodes in like the holodeck where they have. Like there's one where I think Data's pretending to be Sherlock Holmes or something. There's all kinds of episodes. In the original series, they go to a planet full of Nazis.
What?
Yeah, like straight up. And it's not like the holodeck or anything. It's like they go to a planet and it's just full of Nazis.
Wait, it had like Nazi aliens or like just Nazis?
Like Nazis. Well, back in the day, you got to remember, like the original series, half of the costumes and stuff would just be what they like had. Like they were filming a World War II movie, so they had a bunch of Nazi uniforms, so they had to write an episode around that. Or they're like, one of the sets is like, okay, we got like 3 hours and we have like a medieval town set already made, so you can like film on it real quick. So they're like, okay, let's just write an episode around this medieval town set. Fuck it. They go to a planet that's like King Arthur or something. I don't know.
But like King Arthur would kind of make a Nazi planet.
I never watched original series, so unfortunately, I'm gonna like, hashtag fake fan here. I don't actually know the plot of the episode. I just know of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think that's just ridiculous. You like even in like the 60s, you would probably like see that as a little bit tasteless, wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah. Maybe. Kind of depends on how you do it, because I guess that's all main like Star Trek was about like life lessons and like morality and kind of like Twilight Zone. A lot of those are just like, like what would you do type things.
What if your neighbor was Polish?
Yeah, exactly. What if there was a kid that if you get mad, he teleports you to the nightmare vortex? It's like a bug or something. You keep looking over your shoulder.
No, I didn't realize that. I realize that I'm like a little bit gassy after eating the Panda Express, so I'm trying not to burp into the microphone.
Okay.
But
shit, what was I gonna say? Fuck it, I forgot what I was gonna say on a podcast live.
Yeah,
it's humiliating.
Well, I do think that you were able to show me some other stuff on Twitter since my Twitter hiatus. We have updated the logos and stuff. I'm sure you saw that, but. You have this tweet pulled up from Mayor Quentin Lucas of Kansas City, in which he says, Kansas City is blessed with a robust bi-state heavy rail network that brings you to the core of our community, to the surrounds, and to cities far beyond. Commuter rail regionally should benefit from that legacy. working to see how it can come to be. And this is blast from the past when we talked about the what was it, the 2000 bi-state transit plan?
Yes. It was they had the 2020 long-range transit study. They had the long-range transit plan, the Central Business Corridor Rail Transit Plan, all these from like the 90s or early 2000s, where they were already doing feasibility studies that are already paid for and are certainly horrifically out of date. But it's not like this is a new idea he's bringing up, and it does kind of feel like the past, present, and future of commuter rail in the Kansas City metro area is just spinning wheels in the mud constantly. We just constantly keep redoing the same ground. More studies, more feasibility studies, spend more money on consultants.
Like, I get that you need, like, you can't as a government make investments into something without proving that it is like a viable like strategy, but at a certain point you just gotta like pull the trigger. You gotta make a decision on what you want to issue a bond issuance for. And if like KCATA has money, they should do this, but I know that they don't have money because that's why they're bringing back paid bus service. But like, I don't know. It would be nice to see, but Mayor Q is a lame duck now. He's going to be out in a couple years, if not this year.
I don't know. I don't actually know when the mayoral elections are off the top of my head.
Maybe it's on the presidential election cycle.
I think it was with the presidential elections.
Yeah. So he has a couple more years, and like I don't think that like you can really create this out of thin air, considering that like you would have to with like rolling stock in order to do this would need to like get it from somewhere quickly or get it custom made, which is expensive and will take a long time. And there's not a lot of like rolling stock that's fit for U.S. gauge rail, like available for sale that's usable to put like hundreds of people on. I
don't know. It feels like he's basically soft pitching like a Metra type setup here, where you like partner with the major freight carriers. I mean, I feel like you could strong arm them here, kind of like you do in Chicago, because there are a lot of routes that run through here that I think would be difficult to route around us. So we could, if any of the regional actors ever felt like acting as if they had muscle, they could kind of muscle them and be like, hey, you know,
yeah,
maybe give us some benefit to all the freight rail you've been running through here for decades.
Yeah, like help us out here, you know. Like you are a, we're a moderately major American city. Let us do some commuter rail.
Yeah, I mean, because at the minimum, I mean, Kansas City as a city, right, is not like particularly large compared to Chicago as a city or New York City as a city.
No, that's an objective truth. That like Kansas City, yeah.
But Kansas City as a metro area is pretty big. Like, you know, on both sides of the state line, there's about 500,000 people. So that's where it's like, I guess commuter rail does make sense in a way that maybe more like a subway wouldn't necessarily, because we don't have as much density in the downtown corridor. But like commuter rail, it gets the spread out areas to the central area.
Yeah, I don't want to like this would be good. I would like this idea. The thing that I just think it's, I don't want to poo-poo it, but it's just 20 years too late. Mm-hmm. Like all the like benefits you would get from getting able to take the train to downtown Kansas City. Your job isn't in downtown Kansas City anymore. Yeah. Your job is now scattered throughout various business parks in the suburbs. Like yes, there's people who do work downtown. Yeah, there's actual skyscrapers. People go to work downtown. But the spaces switched from less and less office and more like retail, consumer-based service businesses and condos and apartments.
I feel like it feels like a million-mile high mountain to establish a system like this.
Yes.
But then I feel like once you've established it in a couple of years, everything begins to kind of densify. But if there were a bunch of metro lines like this headed straight to downtown, I think more business would choose to reopen offices in that downtown area because that's like a free added benefit of, hey, you can just jump on the train. And I feel like it's one of those things where, like, in 10, 20, 30 years after it opens, it's like, how did we ever not have this?
Yeah.
But, like, establishing it in the first place is, like, a really high barrier to get up. And especially right now, like you were saying, where it's like everything's just kind of been spreading. A bunch of offices have been moving out to Leawood to build, like, little parks in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's all been kind of...
Hell,
there's like a bucket with a hole in it where everything's just been pooling out and spreading across the floor.
Yeah, and like a certain salt company moved from Chicago to Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Like it
but in the suburbs,
in Overland Park.
Yeah,
and it's just like saying Kansas City is like it's like the. I
was making that point of like we are getting businesses, we are attracting investment, but it's all going to like the suburbs instead of the central business corridor, which was, I think, worst place to be for like a pedestrian or like a tourist or like a going to a bar in like the 80s or 90s, but there were objectively probably more businesses there, right?
Yeah, there was more economic commercial business, white collar economic activity.
Yeah.
As like now, like Commerce Tower, which I'm sure had Commerce Bank in it, now is apartments.
Yeah.
Like
the Flash Cube.
Yeah, a Flash Cube.
There's a
there's a few down there, but I'd like to see it. It would be cool. I just think it would have been better if you did it in the 90s, when like right after you renovated your nice fancy train station. Because the bi-state tax, which I think we should pass more by-state taxes because, it did something good and it got both sides of the border to agree instead of being mad about something. And it restored Union Station.
I just think part of the issue, I think, with the bi-state tax is it's only ever been used once, right, really? And it does kind of feel like it's only ever used to do things in Missouri. And I think it does kind of affect a lot of Kansas legislators and stuff where they're like, so this is just us paying money to give it to Missouri to fix something that they didn't want to pay for themselves. Much like the same way it's now happening with the inverse with Chiefs Stadium, where a lot of Missouri legislators are like cutting off the like novelty Chiefs license plate because they're mad, And there was one that was putting forward a bill to try to just like kick the Chiefs out now. Like, just be like, go play at a high school stadium or whatever, which is kind of like that petty thing. Where, like the second the Kansas side gets anything, all of a sudden Missouri does not want to have anything to do with it at all. Where it's like that kind of environment makes that kind of a bi-state thing not really work.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, so Kansas gets none of this pie, and all of the money has to go to Missouri forever. But in the second Kansas gets like a sports team, it's like, nah, fuck them. And it's just like, well, it's a regional partnership. It's a regional relationship, right? That's why the state line is like a huge problem that you can never get rid of.
Yeah, it's just like
too much like antagonism.
I get the antagonism on both sides. I don't want to be I guess I'm saying I don't want to be maybe a lot in this episode, but I don't want to be a both sides type of guy. But vast majority of middle-class suburban wealth fled across the Kansas border and is now almost like entirely untouchable to the city of Kansas City. Yeah. That is just like, yeah, you would be a little upset that you had like a massive population decline over to the other side of the state or other side of the state border. Mm-hmm. But also, you got to give and take. And it seems like a lot of stuff on the Missouri side is a lot of like, we're stopping the border war because we are at a slightly more advantageous position.
Yeah. You're no longer allowed to negotiate for the Chiefs because we have them, so we just have them permanently forever, even if you
Mhm.
offer a better deal, because you're not allowed to offer a better deal.
Yeah.
And the second that we choose not to pass the ballot measure and you go, well, you didn't pass the ballot measure, so what if we pass our own ballot measure? Then all of a sudden that's you reneging on the border war truce. And it's like, this does, I guess I'm not entirely unbiased, but this does all seem very...
Guess which side of the border we're from.
Yeah. But it does seem all very kind of one-sided on the, a truce, but... Well, once we've cemented our position.
I see you just pulled this up. Are we just doing the review the mayor of Kansas City's Twitter account?
Oh, no, I just thought this was relevant because they've been having a big debate about the Midtown Costco location, because Costco apparently has been thinking about transitioning it into more of a business center.
Yes, I have looked on the Kansas City subreddit in the past couple of months. I think this is like an extremely common trope on there, on that and like weird Facebook things, but I'm not on the Facebook groups that are complaining about it. But I guess, like, if you want to figure out where I live nearby the Midtown Costco, somewhere.
You're allowed to have opinions.
Yes.
Because this is a very local issue for you.
Yeah, like I live very close to that Midtown Costco, and I do go there relatively often. That is my Costco of choice.
$1.50 glizzies are hard to.
Yeah, sometimes waking up on like a Saturday morning, and the Saturday afternoon sometimes, and then walking over to Costco and just getting myself a $1.50 glizzy breakfast.
I gotta get you a present. Have you seen that rack somebody made for the cart?
What?
Somebody made like a little 3D printed rack that has a little cup holder that you can put your hot dog and your cup on, and you attach it to the cart. So you have like a little table for it while you're shopping.
To bring it around and get mustard all over the cheap Eddie Bauer pants.
Yes, it's incredible, dude. But no, I think it's interesting because it's what do you do in a private business in a very urban, I would say dense, like a lot of people do their regular grocery shopping at this Costco because it's in an incredibly convenient location, you included, I think. What do you do when the company, the private business suddenly decides, actually we don't want to cater to this residential audience anymore, we want to just not do that?
I would like to see what a business center is all about. However, losing a food court, the pharmacy, the optometrist, like smaller bulk items, the clothing, all that stuff, chickens.
Rotisserie, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It would just hurt.
Well, it's one of those where it's like, I guess technically they have the right to do whatever they want as a private business in a capitalist system. But functionally, it's like, it feels like they shouldn't be allowed to do this, right? Like a lot of people depend on this store and pay membership fees to this store for the store to only just like be like, hey, we're going to get rid of everything you like so we can cater to an entirely different audience. And by the way, we're still going to be here, so nothing can come in and replace us. Look up where the Midtown Costco is on the map. It's like a huge area.
Yeah.
And so it's not like you can just put in another grocery store next door.
And the weird thing about it is, like, I would be thinking that a Costco business center would be best near a highway if you want to cater towards businesses who are probably going to be bringing in larger vehicles, would probably want to then not drive through Midtown in order to get to the Costco. And all Costco parking lots are terrible, but this one is specifically, it's hard to get in and out of. There's not great highway access.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, again, because of all the ones to transition into being a less, private citizen consumer focused business, this is like the worst one, I would think. Because like the Overland Park one is right off I-35. It's next to a major highway. It's like just kind of in an island. The Independence one is basically the same biz. I don't know the highway over there, but it's like kind of an isolated area or whatever. They're building a new one in Lawrence apparently.
Yeah.
But that's going to be like a regular one. It's just like, I would find it interesting to know what the rationale for this decision is at Costco. like from their point of view? Like, is theft high or something?
Or
it's like they have the membership thing, so that should be a thing.
Or it might be and this is just ripping off a theory that I saw on Reddit, is that like this is probably the lowest selling Costco by dollar amount, whereas it gets a lot of people, but like the suburbs purchase more items per transaction. So it would make probably more economic sense to cater towards businesses if this is already the lowest profit generating one.
So it's the theory is people come in and get a hot dog and maybe get like a bag of salad and then like leave. Like they do their daily grocery shopping, not
because
like how I treat Costco, where I go in and I buy like $200 worth of stuff.
Yeah,
but then I don't have to go to Costco for a month.
Yeah, whereas like this Costco, because like, I'm guilty of it. I'm going, looking around, eating some free samples, maybe getting like a pack of bagels and then getting a hot dog, and I have spent $10, if that.
But see, you'd think that everyone's still paying their membership fees, right? Like you would think that the whole business model of Costco is not entirely reliant on purchase to purchase. Like even though those people are only buying a hot dog, right? Like they could adjust their inventory for what people are actually buying, not acquire as much stuff, and then just we got people coming in and spending $1.50 every day, but also they're paying $65. You know, we got all those membership fees coming in, right?
Yeah, totally. And like, I don't know. I guess this is what everyone comes here for, though, is riveting discussions about one local Costco.
Which is like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, but, and I guess if we're rehashing stuff that like has been popular on the Kansas City subreddit, the Algerian football team has found a base in the Kansas City metro area. It is Rock Shark Park in Lawrence.
Oh, in which Algeria. I think we talked about that last episode, and neither one of us could remember, right?
Yeah. Well, I think the
right, we filmed this like the last episode like 3 weeks ago. That's right.
Yeah. So I think there's a reason, because the Argentinians are staying in Kansas City, the British are staying in Kansas City, but now the Algerians are staying in Lawrence, which there was some people acting a little bit pissy about, like, that's not even Kansas City, that's Lawrence, it's 45 minutes away. And she's like, I think that the excited guy from Algeria posting on the Kansas City subreddit doesn't know and probably doesn't care. You know, and like right now you're not being too welcoming. You should probably be like, oh, cool, happy to have you in the region. You know, like it's like not be like, that's not Kansas City, that's Lawrence, Kansas. And
I just realized the World Cup is happening while like school is still in session, isn't it? Isn't it in like May?
I think it starts in May and goes until July.
Oh God,
yeah.
These guys commuting, all the tourists who are probably gonna have to stay. I'm just curious what hotel capacity is going to look like for the next couple months with that.
Oh, God. So crazy. I'm sure everything's already booked out. I'm sure like it's because like we were, I guess, behind the details of what we talked about. We were talking about going to your grandma's condo in Florida.
Yes.
Just as like a fun weekend trip because we could stay for free. And we were looking and we're just like, huh. Usually there's like a cheap Spirit flight where it's just like
Southwest.
Like something that's like $100 or something to get, and it's just like everything is like $500 in all the airports across Florida. And I was just like, what's going on? And then I remembered, oh, are we trying to go the weekend to the Miami game? And we're like, yep, we're trying to go over the weekend to the Miami game.
The quarterfinals or something.
Yeah, and it's just like, they're playing in Miami the one weekend. We were just like, oh, what if we're both free this weekend? Why don't we go there?
Yeah. I don't know. I think this will be exciting. I think it'll be weird. I think it's fun that we made a bunch of episodes about this and then went on a hiatus until it was like right about to happen. It's like, oh, it's real.
Yeah, and we'll be able to report live from the scene. But
all of the struggles that they were having with the planning the bus system that we were predicting are actually coming to fruition, where they're having to basically create a emergency response bus routing map for all the like major routes, and they're probably gonna have to turn off a bunch of ones. Yeah, which is back to that commuter rail point. I think the point I meant to make earlier that I forgot, that I just remembered, so I'm going to say it. I do feel like a lot of that money that we would theoretically, Mayor Q would talk about on Twitter, spending in commuter rail would be a lot better served by getting a bond measure to buy like 400 extra buses for the metro.
Yes.
Like just expanding the KCATA fleet so that the frequencies are better on the denser parts. There's higher ridership.
Mm-hmm.
We can maybe increase the routes in Johnson County, maybe get more people to actually ride, increase the frequency everywhere, increase reliability because it's not as reliant on these fewer units. You know, there's more units to fill, get things repaired and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's honestly what we all need to be talking about. Buses aren't glamorous, so
Yeah.
nobody ever wants to. I'm running on buying 400 new buses.
Yeah, honestly, like, I think getting 400 buses would probably help with the situation, but obviously, like, canceling a bunch of routes is just... I mean, I guess you got to do what you got to do. And I know we know someone who is in one of these, like, planning meetings, and it doesn't sound like it's going that great, but, like, you know, whatever. Like, I don't know what to do.
I think the bigger thing is just... You know, it's easy to like win. I guess it's not easy to win the World Cup, but you know, it's easier to do that than it is to like come to terms with the realities of the metro area, like the shortcomings, like you know, compared to New York City. You know what I mean? It's just like tourists can get around there easily.
Yeah,
the metro area here is just not really used to having an influx of tourists for things other than like football games or concerts, but people are usually coming from like Iowa or something or Nebraska to come see a concert here. They're not usually coming from Algeria or Argentina or the Netherlands or
totally.
Let's see how many I could name. I got the three before.
Some country that is connected to Scotland and Wales.
Ireland?
No. France. Anyway, yeah, I also, like, the bid was one, like, I still think the Kansas City being the up and up is still currently going on, and there is kind of a slight plateau, but, like, this was one during the pre-times, pre-COVID, during the era of infinite money.
I thought we won this bid back in, like, 2022.
Doing it in 2022?
I thought so.
I thought we wanted it in like 2019 or something.
No, I think it definitely we won it during the running of this podcast. I thought at least, didn't we? God,
we can just Google it. Like it's better than clicking through all of our random episodes.
Yeah. Dear viewer, when I'm looking something up, I'm just scrolling through our own episodes.
It's
to
like
try to decipher from the title.
You don't know, listener, what our episode is about. We don't know what the episode's about.
Guess you have to listen to them to find
World
out.
Series bid.
Yeah, I was trying to. I don't know. Get when they won it. Oh, did I type in World Series?
Yeah, you typed in
God.
World Series.
I did. Oh dear God. Well, all the news is local. Dude, we got in the New York Times. Hell yeah. How Kansas City wooed World Cup Giants to its base camp. You know how they did that? They're in the middle.
Yes.
We're close to everything.
Yep. Running out of time. What is the Guardian saying about... Oh, announced in 2022. Okay, what does the Guardian say about running out of time?
Oh, DHS shut down.
Oh, okay.
Like security, I guess. Dude, that would be crazy if somebody did like a terrorist attack at Arrowhead Stadium.
Knock on wood.
I mean, that would be crazy.
No terrorist attacks.
Okay, I did hear this, and I'm going to out myself as an avid NPR listener right here. I did hear this where they gave a clearance to Scottish fans that they are allowed to bring in the little bags that you wear at like the front of the kilt.
Yeah.
Because prior it was against the bag policy for the World Cup games.
Yes.
Because you have to have the clear bag that's like short a certain size. But they basically got like a blanket clearance where like, yeah, if you're wearing your kilt to watch the Scottish match, you're allowed to bring the little bag thing.
Yeah, you're allowed to have the bag full of oats and booze.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's in that thing. I don't know what it's called.
And I heard from somebody who is involved in the planning that, you know how it's like the Dutch tradition to like walk to the stadium or whatever?
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No.
They like take over the street and like they all like march with like banners and chant and shit.
I mean, we'll walk down I-70?
Maybe. I don't really know if that's like going to happen, but I did hear from somebody that if they do try to do it, police are just planning on letting them.
Yeah, okay. They can do it. I just wouldn't suggest it. It seems like a good way of getting yourself accidentally killed by a car.
I don't think they're going to be walking down the highway. I don't think that's the idea, but
Dear listener, we are now Googling
I'm trying to show you that.
more.
I didn't know Matt didn't know this.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
they. I guess they do.
It's their 50th march to the stadium. They like apparently always do this. It's like their thing. Here's an article from The Athletic talking about them doing this. And I'm only going to name drop it if it seems relevant. But it's like, they all wear orange. I guess they wouldn't want to play the Irish national team, would they?
No.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too good, right?
Well, I mean, I would like to see it happen, but I also think that they might be a little bit bummed out.
Yeah, okay. I think if we go in the map planning mode for the Netherlands team, so if you're from the Netherlands, this will be for you. I think if you're staying in downtown Kansas City, obviously it's like kind of a ridiculous walk there from downtown Kansas City, but there is like a service road on Stadium Drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you can get there from like Van Brunt, I think.
Okay, I'm going to be real honest. We probably shouldn't have gaggles of Europeans who've never been to the United States walking around Van Brunt.
Yeah, but okay, but if there's like 400 people, I don't think that anything's gonna happen. Like I think the normal, like, even walking along the highway, if there's like 400, 500, 1,000 people doing it, nothing's gonna happen. You know,
yeah,
safety
nothing's gonna
numbers.
happen.
But you're talking about I-70. It's like there are like service roads.
Yeah,
you take Stadium Drive in, you walk in. I mean, that would a completely snarled traffic around the stadium. Genuinely, if you are from the Netherlands and you're like in like a fun group that like plans these types of fan event shit where you like walk, I don't know what those are called, they're hooligans or whatever. If you do march down Stadium Drive, you will basically shut down the stadium for like however long it takes you all to get there. There's only
a couple roads in.
3 roads in, really.
Maybe you can all stay in the abandoned hotel by the abandoned Denny's.
Yeah, that poor Denny's.
Anyway, this episode also proves that the Dutch are real.
Apparently.
I
mean, maybe we'll have to like go to some things and like post videos to the podcast YouTube and like prove that we're real too.
Yes.
Not like selfie videos, but just like we'll have to go find some Dutch people and ask them if they're real.
Yeah.
What is that? The Hitler dude. What? No.
Yeah. Also, since we're talking about Van Brunt, I once had an unhoused lady tell me that she saw Bigfoot on Van Brunt, and I was just like, "This is awesome, lady. I'm so happy you're telling me this right now."
It does rock. I think she's telling the truth. I think she saw Bigfoot on Van Brunt.
I think she saw Bigfoot. I was wearing my Alf costume, and she was just like, "I once saw Bigfoot on Van Brunt," and I'm just like, "Cool, I'm Alf."
Hey, I'm also Bigfoot.
I am also Bigfoot. Yeah, and now we're just looking up bars.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boulevard. Oh, recommendation to any fans from out of town. Beer. I don't like beer, but beer here is apparently pretty good. So
yeah,
try some Boulevard.
When I used to drink, because I quit over a year ago, that is
a podcast update, I guess.
Yeah, podcast update. Between the last podcast session and then this podcast session, I've not drank in like over a year. Anyway, but the beer was good. Beer was good.
If you're a big seltzer guy too, I cannot recommend Quirks highly enough. They have this new like popsicle flavor. There's like 4 different. It's like a popsicle pack. So if you're coming to town from out of town, shit's good. You should drink it. Also, there are better bars than the ones in Power and Light. Power and Light's like the tourist trap area. There are better places to go to hang out. Don't spend like way too much money at bars at like the Guy Fieri's bar or whatever, like McFadden's Sports Saloon.
Oh yeah, since you're bringing this up, I was actually at Power and Light this weekend because my girlfriend wanted to see like this guy from a reality TV show that was doing a DJ set down there, so we went. No one was there. They were giving out free Coors Light beanies. I took 5. It was really cold, and I just don't think I did was pee in the Guy Fieri's restaurant. I like didn't buy anything.
I've been there one time.
Yeah,
during the Chiefs parade, I think 2 years ago, because every other bar was like packed, and we like immediately got a seat in the Guy Fieri's one. We were just watching the parade on. We watched it go by, and then we watched the ceremony just on TV because it was packed. And I'm really glad he did that because there's a shooting at the ceremony.
The
so I
shooting.
quite literally dodged a bullet. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's a good area. The Blue Sushi Sake Grill. I went there last week. Really good, actually.
Yeah, my dad told me that Blue Sushi Sake Grill does half off on Sundays.
Yeah, we got their happy hour, which is basically, I think it was like a couple dollars to half off. Their rice is like ridiculously good, though.
Really?
I don't know what they do different or what brand of rice they're using, but it's like really soft and well made.
Well, I know nothing about rice, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay, that's podcast recommendation of the week.
And like Power and Light is also like owned by a private corporation that runs a bunch of those all across the country. Like there's one in St. Louis too, in Ballpark Village. It's literally just the same exact thing.
Yeah, it's KC Live. I think it is a local KC place that runs and owns all of them. Because there's like St. Louis Live or something like that with the exclamation point.
Yeah, so is it no longer called Power and Light, or is it KC Live at Power and Light?
Oh, it's the Power and Light district, and KC Live is like the roofed in area, you know? So the whole district is the Power and Light district, like the block. In fact, I think it's these 4 city blocks is the Power and Light district. And then the roofed area with the stage where like they cut to, that's KC Live.
Okay.
Because I think the idea is fans gather there, there's bars, you hang out, you drink, and then when there's like a major sporting event like the Super Bowl or whatever, and they cut to, here's Kansas City, and they'll cut to like the fans and you're all cheering, and they'll do like live events there too during games or whatnot. I mean, it's kind of a cool area. I say kind of a cool area. It's like the cool area downtown, but it's not like cool in the like cool, it's just cool in the there's stuff to do. Like a lot of the times. Yeah. It's not hip, I guess. I wouldn't say it's hip. It's just kind of neat.
Yeah, I know there's hipper areas just south of the South Loop. You can go into the Crossroads and be more hip.
Yeah, I mean, if you're out of town fan, do not break it. Try to like enter the Richard Bowling Federal Building. Apparently, they will not appreciate that.
You learn from experience?
I learned from somebody telling me that was the main reason they didn't put the stadium there, is they were incredibly concerned about pedestrians walking around the building, which seems like a bizarre concern to have when you put a federal building in the downtown of a major city.
Lock the doors.
It's not possible.
How is that not possible?
I don't fucking know, dude. I think that if we're actually talking about this, I do think that there's a certain paranoia that came after Oklahoma City that nobody in the federal government really got over. So they're still like weirdly concerned about another Timothy McVeigh, even though that's pretty much impossible now.
Just don't do another Waco and you will not get another Timothy McVeigh.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but, I totally forgot to tell you. I have been getting really into graphic novels.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I think you did tell me, but oh, yeah?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, I read your copy of The Watchmen. My review of The Watchmen is... it was interesting for a good chunk of it, and then it got really stupid. It turns out Dr. Manhattan is a pedophile. Everyone's really creepy. Rorschach is an idiot. and the bad guy wins in the end. I'm sorry, I'm spoiling a book from the 80s.
Is he the bad guy though?
Is Ozymandias the bad guy?
Yeah.
Ozymandias, I guess, is like a morally gray character because he caused world peace by simply destroying a good chunk of New York City.
Yes.
And creating a fake alien.
Yes. I think that's what it's trying to get at is, like what level of sacrifice makes you bad, even if you save more lives by doing it. The whole book's basically just a trolley problem, isn't it? Do you like President for Life Richard Nixon, though?
No, I was more excited for a potential presidential challenger, Robert Redford.
Yeah.
A president with style.
He's got it, man. He's got the stuff. R.I.P. Robert Redford, honestly.
Yeah, a man who really had that fit on. And then I've been reading the Avatar: The Last Airbender, graphic novel, comic book things.
I think those ones are just comics. In fact, I think that Watchmen is also just comics.
Did it come out as a comic then get put into a compilation?
I think so.
That's
what happened. I think. I'm speaking out of my ass here, but I think it was originally a comic.
Yeah, and I guess the Avatar: Last Airbender were originally Dark Horse comics that you could buy individually and then got put into a compilation of a book.
Yeah, I think your graphic novels are like the adaptation of Game of Thrones or the Dunk and Egg ones where it's just a book that has pictures, or the Bone series. I think those are graphic novels. I'm getting really technical for no actual reason.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody cares about this distinction.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm just I don't know. It has a little bit of childish wonder to it. It's it is resurging with a more childish activity in my late 20s, I guess is, it's just something different. And I like the stories, and I like Avatar: Last Airbender. I've rewatched the entire series. I'm watching Legend of Korra right now for the first time. And I've been reading the little comics, and the comics are, I wish there were more. I wish there were more because I'm really churning through them.
Yeah, I think they're tiny little things, aren't they?
Yeah.
Did you ever finish Jurassic Park?
No.
Oh, I loaned you that book.
Yeah. I should probably either finish it or bring it back at this point, right?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, it's not like I don't see you on the regular. I can just simply grab it out of my apartment and bring it over. But maybe I just need to restart it because I got about a quarter of the way through and then I kind of ran out of steam. Honestly, I think it was a nice fall day, and I just kind of went outside.
I mean, that's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah,
you don't have to read anything, It's hobbies.
I mean, yeah. Now that I've been off social media, I have been trying to get myself into more interesting hobbies, and reading has been one of them. Cooking has been another. I've been making. I made some tuna steak last night.
Oh, how'd you make that?
So I got some tuna steak from Aldi, which is impressive that I was at Aldi.
That is impressive. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it's really good. If you see it in the fish section, get it.
Come like the salmon, where it's just a flank.
It's two steaks.
Okay.
But I then put it in. I got the orange juice with pineapple, also from Aldi. In the juice section.
Plastic bottle?
Yeah, in the plastic bottle, by the orange juice. And then I got 50% less sodium soy sauce. And then I basically put the tuna in a bag with that orange juice with pineapple and the 50% less sodium soy sauce and let it marinate for about 30 minutes because any more, the acid in the orange juice would begin to eat down the tuna. So we just let it get in there, soak in a little bit of the flavor, took it out, covered it in salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and then dropped it in a hot pan.
How much salt, pepper, onion? Did you follow a recipe or did you just...
I eyeballed it, but I didn't go overboard.
Okay.
I have a problem, dear listener, of adding way too much spices to things. I overseason.
Yes. Which, if you like it that way, it's not a problem. It's just... But a big part of cooking is making sure that it's accessible to those whom you are cooking for as well.
Yes.
That's, I guess,
Yeah. Anyway,
Sorry.
so I dropped it, and then I dropped it in a hot pan, seared it on both sides, took it out, made some wild rice and asparagus.
Like the box?
It was microwave in the bag. So white.
No, like the rice was?
The rice was microwave in the bag, yeah.
Oh, I never seen that. We would normally, my family would get they have the little box of like rice-a-roni or something. That's
Yeah, it was the like Aldi brand Uncle Ben's like ready in the bag rice.
I've never had that before. I'll have to.
It was okay. The tuna was the star on the show, and then also had some asparagus. All around delicious. I do highly recommend Aldi. I bought a paper copy of The Onion.
Yeah.
And they had a fake ad in it, which is just like, Aldi used to make fun of us. Now we're all you can afford. And it's just like, huh, funny. It's all been able to afford this entire time.
I think the new management of The Onion's been pretty good.
Yeah.
You got that dude who's dating that one lady who's running for office up in Chicago. Like
Tim Onion?
Yeah. I think he's been doing a pretty decent job. Like, I think they brought back the paper copy of it.
Yeah, and I even thought about maybe potentially subscribing to the paper copy, given it delivered to my apartment every month.
That could be fun, yeah.
Yeah.
A little surprise. I guess if you're moving,
Yeah, I guess I could.
you could just start ordering it to your girlfriend's house without telling her.
Yeah.
Just, like, see how long it takes her to be like, what is this?
Yeah, I could also... I guess another like relatively stable place can send mail forever is just mail it to my dad's, and then he can be like even more confused.
Yeah.
And
It's a good bit.
yeah, you'll be like, why am I getting The Onion in the mail? All I get is Cigar Aficionado and like John Wayne Weekly.
You know, my grandpa died, I think 3 or 4 years ago now. I still get Golf Magazine.
You still get Golf Magazine.
Yeah, and I still get the, hey, please resubscribe. But they still just mail the frickin' magazine. And it's like, I'm not complaining. I like golfing, but how is this remotely profitable for Golf Magazine to just mail it to me for free?
It's been 4 years.
Yeah, I don't get it. Back on the recipe, though, I actually, if you're doing the like marinade stuff, I got a recipe for... closest comparison is teriyaki. It's not teriyaki, though. We made it with tofu, rice, and broccoli once, but then we made it with beef, rice, and broccoli, and I think the beef was kind of better because the tofu had just kind of... I don't dislike tofu. It just kind of didn't really hit consistency-wise for what I was looking for. But it's...
you need to get the extra firm.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was my issues. I just went to a Pan Asia and didn't really... I just was like, this is... I don't know the difference. I just got the first one I saw, to be honest. But it's the same 25% less sodium soy sauce. It's a little bit of sriracha. It's honey. It's ginger. And it's... oh, God, I can't remember the fourth ingredient. Sesame oil. And then you stir that up, and then you marinate it that the same way you did before. And then this recipe was just an air fry. You get the real thin sliced beef that comes pre-sliced from Aldi.
Yeah.
You air fry for like a minute. You just serve it over rice and broccoli. You then take the leftover sauce from the marinade, put it in a frying pan with some cornstarch, just toughen it up a little bit, and just drizzle that over the broccoli and rice and all that. It's also a really good one.
Yeah. That does sound good. I do like adding a little bit of, I guess, an Asian flair to my meals. I am a sucker for Americanized Chinese food. Sorry, Panda Express.
I remember the fifth ingredient, rice vinegar, too.
Rice vinegar.
That's also an important part of it. Yeah, I think what helps with a lot of those is, I guess, much like Americanized food, once you get the base, like soy sauce, sesame oil, and rice vinegar, and like sometimes sesame seeds, you can just keep reusing them constantly. Like same thing with like your orange juice one, you know?
Yeah.
You just constantly just like twist them and like make it slightly different. It's pretty good. Also get a good rice cooker, dear listener. If you don't have one, get one.
I do need to get one. I walked by one at Costco, and I'm just like, do I want to spend $80 right now on a rice cooker? I don't think so. I live alone. I don't really eat rice that often, and when I do, I eat it out of a bag.
I think I saw the one you saw. Yeah, I was also at Costco, and we were just walking around the appliances and like mattresses because those are kind of fun. We think I might get another carpet for the basement, like a shag, probably like 8 foot by like 5 foot.
Yeah,
just because it's cold. but
It is very cold down there.
yeah, which is nice in the summer.
It is
It's
very nice in the
not
summer.
so nice right now in the wintertime. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess, and that's like the perils of home ownership as a talking to a technically homeowner, well, home renter compared to
Home liver.
home renter compared to a home or an apartment renter, is like you just have like a lot more like things you have to deal with, whereas like, you know, I don't have a lawn to mow tied into my lease. Like I don't have like cold floors that I have to deal with. That is live in an apartment. It's 400 square feet.
Mm-hmm. Shoveling snow.
Yeah.
Have to cut the campus grass.
Mm-hmm.
The plant right there by the window by our studio.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff.
/ your work from home office.
I have to feed my cat too. You know,
Yeah.
it's so annoying.
I just have to water my cactus.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got a cactus.
Yeah, I have a cactus with a cowboy hat.
What's his name?
Cacti.
It's a good name.
Yeah, thank you. All right, I think this is enough podcasting. I think we're running out of steam here.
I think it is. I'm getting kind of tired. I'm getting a little sleepy kind of.
A little sleepy, kind of. All right.
It's like 8:13. Yeah, I think that's a good run. We did the best we could.
Yep. All right. This has been an episode of CleoCast. Get us wherever you get podcasts, likes and reviews and whatnot. We have a YouTube channel. You can email us at cleohistorypodcast@gmail.com. I've been Matt.
I have been RC.
All right. Bye.
Bye.